All right. Welcome to this episode of the Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast. We are fucking back. Yo, yesterday was the second 2024 presidential debate.
Yes.
For anybody that is listening or watching, this is the second presidential debate. For anyone that is confused about why Kamala Harris is performing in the second debate as opposed to President Joe Biden, that's because Joe Biden has been replaced.
Sleepy Joe. Extended nap.
Extended nap.
Extended nap.
So, and also, just to bring awareness to it, today is, I'm not sure which anniversary it is, but this is the anniversary of September 11th. At
23.
This is the 23rd anniversary of September 11th, and the greatest inside job injustice that's ever been perpetrated on our country. And we decided that it'd be a good day to do the episode about the presidential debate and about September 11th.
9/11 presidential debate.
And where we are now.
Yeah, rest in peace, everybody.
Yeah.
Who died. Cats are still dying from all the chemicals and shit, first responders.
Yeah.
Which is tragic.
It's
crazy.
It really is. And, years and years. And this is the stuff that they ran into. This isn't like the actual explosion. This is the first responders that were there to help people. And they haven't gotten anything for that, right? They did class action lawsuits.
They did get something. They had a bunch of hearings and stuff. The families believe they're starting to get some benefits now.
That's excellent.
They had to fight for it.
That's incredible that these people would have to fight for that. We give it big props to all of our first responders. Obviously, the people that are going to lead the charge and going into burning buildings and going in to save people. And it's actually the weirdest thing, man, because we were talking about it not too long ago about how, like, we're the most connected ever, but we're the most distant, I guess, amongst the people. 9/11 was really the last time that I remember in my lifetime that everybody was like, yo, we're fucking Americans. I hate the racist aspect of it because that's when, the U.S. government was billing people as towel heads or, whatever. Islam. Yeah.
Jihadist.
Yeah. Whatever term you want to use.
Yeah.
It was almost, I guess, commercial to be.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. Right. That was the only thing that came out of September 11th that I really didn't like, other than the deaths and shit like that and the inside job. But we were united. America was somewhat united.
Yeah.
From here to Los Angeles to everywhere else in between. We were riding out for America, for the lives that were lost. And we fast forward 23 years. And bro, I woke up this morning. I honestly almost forgot it was September 11th, other than you and I talking about what we were going to talk about. You remember in the beginning years, it was like, never forget. Bro, I did not see not one post about September 11th.
No.
I think the debate kind of
Did they talk about it in the debate?
They didn't talk about it in the debate, but I think it overshadowed it.
That's what I mean. Like,
in a sense. If
you're on some real shit, you're like, tomorrow's the anniversary. Like, somebody talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're on this all catty shit, and it's like, tomorrow's September 11th. What's up?
Right. Well, I guess they were all at the memorial this morning.
Yeah.
So, like,
photo op.
Yeah. It's like just straight commercial bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, let's get out there, take a pic.
Yeah, man.
Social media, bro. Let's run it.
let's run it, man.
It's incredible, man. But that's like the real last time that I feel like we had a sense of unity. We didn't have a sense of unity through like the Iraq War, Afghan War, shit like that, which were like direct results of the September 11th attacks. But at the same time, that was just more funny business that ended up happening because remember when it was happening, bro, and they were like, oh, dude, Bin Laden was the one that perpetrated the attack. We're going to run up in fucking Iraq.
Yeah.
Because they have WMDs, weapons of mass destruction. We got to get Saddam out. We got to do this. Years later, they find out there's no weapons. There's no underground bunkers with
nothing,
silos and shit like that. So really, it was like an unjustified war. But either way, here we are 23 years later. What do you think now the impact is of September 11th?
I mean, the Afghan war was 20 years. So we've only been out of there 3 years.
Yeah.
So we've been at war for hundreds of years. But you go from 9/11 to a 20-year war in Afghanistan, like we're going to bring freedom to Afghans. And it's like, no, you're not. You're not. We left all the equipment there. People died. All the shit we blew up, like, I mean, the way we pulled out, it's like we wasted 20 years.
Yeah. No question. And they spoke about that briefly in the debate, debate last night. Of course, it's all trading barbs. It's like this. You can move that too, bro, if it's got to
I'm good now.
Running it over or whatever. But they spoke about it very briefly. And I don't want to say they got into it, but they did in a sense that, like, it's trading barbs. It's like, oh, the Democrats, the Republicans did this, the Democrats did that. I do agree that Trump was right in the handling of the withdrawal, just like you said. We pulled out of there. It was a political move. We left $85 billion worth of military equipment there.
Yeah.
And then fast forward 3 years, and they're using it for their parade.
They're in the parade, man. They got the Humvees. They got everything.
The fucking Apache helicopters,
night vision, everything. And they just left people there. They left Americans there. And I'm just like, I'm watching the shit unfold. There's like people jumping the fence at the airport trying to get in. Like
giving their babies up, bro.
Just take my baby. Like, that shit is traumatizing, for like.
It really is.
It's like, and then like Kamala Harris, like she was on some hope shit. She tried to stay positive and whatnot, but it's like, there's some real shit that's going down in our country, in the world. Like, I get the positivity, but like, we facing some shit. Like, there's some decisions to be made out here.
Yeah. And big ones, crucial ones.
Yeah.
I think my first impression just of the debate was that it was almost like Kamala took the stance of, let me be the complete opposite of Trump. And that's with the opportunity income, although I did see some shit, like I was like watching, I'm watching their facial expressions. Everybody is, and it was like some of her reactions were almost like childish in a sense, and don't get it fucked up. Trump's a giant child. You know what I mean? But it's like almost like that spite shit where it's like, oh, well, I think one example was like, the fracking.
Yeah.
Right. Kamala Harris has changed her stance on fracking quite a few times. Right. And Trump had said some dumb shit and he was like, oh, well, and that's why she's going to ban fracking, and she waited, bro, a whole nother topic, a whole nother, like
she waited.
Yeah. It was. So they cut her off and they were like, yo, we're going to policy or some shit. And Trump goes through his whole little monologue and she goes right back to fracking,
right back in. Yeah.
And it's like, if you weren't so wishy-washy in your policies, I think a lot more people would be able to identify with you.
Yeah.
But because you've changed so many things, like I can't remember what the exact one was, but it was like years ago she was, we're doing the gun buyback program, mandatory assault rifle buyback program.
Yeah.
That one, and then another one that were like big deals, and she's like, no, we're not doing that no more.
No, we're done.
And it's like, why do you switch? You know what I mean? Like, is it just to appease the voters, or did you really have a policy change? Like, did you say, oh, you know what? It dawned on me that's not a right thing to do.
No, she's searching because they hit her for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Like, And it's like, at the same time, it's like, yo, you're in there. Trump hit her with that too. Like, make it happen. Like, you're there right now. Like, go down there and make shit happen. Like, why are you talking about it? Like, you've been there for 3 years. It's just like lobbing the volleyball back and forth, bro. Like, I felt like it was just circles.
No,
like,
I agree.
Yeah.
1,000%, because one of the biggest things that stood out to me is they'd be asked a question and there was no real answer. Like, if you rewatch it, I watched it a couple times, and when you rewatch it, it's like, well, you didn't really give me an answer. You didn't give me an answer, bro. You said, well, like I showed you in my notes, right? They went to race and policy, and they said something about the Central Park Five and Trump being a racist or something like that. And, you know, he literally just dove, like, swerve, you know what I mean? Yeah. Right. Like, right into the economy. So, like, things like that almost make these debates useless.
Yeah.
Like, you're just going to dance around. You're just trying to get the sound bite. You're trying to get the, you know.
Yeah.
So it was weird, bro. It was a weird dynamic. I felt like they both were very well prepared. I was honestly surprised by Kamala's preparation.
Yeah, she prepared.
You know, she was ready for the fight, I guess you could say. She wasn't ready for some of the shit he had.
Yeah.
But I think the Democrats did a good job, at least putting her in position to, you know.
To hold ground, you know what I mean?
Hold ground.
It's really, it's like each side is like, fucking, I'm riding with my guy or my woman anyway. I was looking at her like, yo, she looked like Barack's sister, bro.
Yo, I am so glad you said that, because I didn't want it to sound a certain way.
Yeah.
But, like, even down to
bro.
She was doing the Barack.
The Barack shit, bro.
And you could almost see in her mannerisms where her and Barack had just did some coaching, you know, like, it's just that some of the mannerisms were like, oh my God.
It was crazy, bro. Then I'm like, I'm trying to watch it and shit. I'm like, Indian mom, like some similar story, like some village shit, like pops took off or whatever. Like, I'm like, yo, this is kind of like the same damn thing. I'm like, you know, so I'll do some digging on that shit, but I thought that was...
Yeah, what was that all about? Like, so that was one thing I didn't get a chance to research, was like, because they specifically asked Trump, like, why did her race matter?
He was funny on that shit.
I thought it was hilarious too, you know, but I mean, it's a good question. But at the same time, like, where does that come from? Do you know where, like, that whole thing comes from with Kamala? Like, was she, like, did she do the, what was it? Who was the Elizabeth Warren?
Yeah, she basically did that, yeah. Like, she was Indian for a minute. Like, her mom repping that. Yeah, her mom straight Indian. And then, kind of like her policies, bro, switch up. Like when she's speaking to black people, she's got slang and swag now. And like,
what do you feel about that at the accent? Right. So there was like she got down in the South, and she like, and me personally, like, I didn't catch it at first until I really listened to her outside of that. So I had to say, oh, well, are they just kind of beating on her dude for a fucking fake accent, or is like this for real a fake accent? So like, I fucking watched some of her interviews, and I'm like, bro, she totally just fucking
switch out.
She put that fucking shit on, and it was a hard one too.
A hard one. I don't know. People gotta be like, come on with the bullshit. That's the Hillary Clinton shit, though.
Yeah,
it's kind of what they do, man. But I'm like, we gotta be smarter than that shit to be like, oh yeah, she's down with us, like whatever.
Right.
It's just, I just think American people as a whole, we lost. Don't matter who you think won the damn debate. Like, ain't shit happened. Ain't shit really was discussed. Like, gas prices, food prices, these rent prices, housing prices. Like, everybody's feeling that shit. You know what I mean? Like, we don't give a fuck about that. Like, I don't give a fuck about race or if you're fucking Indian, black, whatever. Like,
no, let's live.
Like, our shit's fucked up, bro.
We should have a quality of living, a quality of life that is up to the American standard.
You
know, and I think that's where Trump was right in a lot of ways last night, in that this country has gone to shit because the average American is going to say, well, this is fucking crazy. Like, inflation's insane. You can't go buy the usual things you want to go buy for your family because it's too expensive.
Yeah, I've been like a fucking pack of steak for like $20. I'm like, fuck you,
bro.
I'm not buying that shit. Look like it's chicken tonight, son.
Yeah, yo, for real. No, dead ass, because really? Even the middle class is starving. Like, they're fucking starving, bro. You can't, you know, some of these state workers, even here in New York State, make a certain dollar amount. That is what their salary suggests. Yeah. But then after you take out the insurance, the health, which is another big thing we'll get into, is the health insurance, the prices of gas to get to work. Everything, bro.
Pay for parking, like the whole shebang. Like state workers are like working multiple jobs. Like they're a cashier somewhere, like after work. Like, and it's crazy. Like I know a lot of state workers, like they got to get permission from their boss to get a second job. It's like, you got to get permission.
Yeah.
Fuck you mean you got to get permission?
Well, that's
to get a second job.
That's the unfortunate part about being like a Fed worker or state workers. You have to sign a contract. You're signing a contract with the state, and that's when they say, okay, you can do this or you can do that. You know, and it's disgusting.
It is.
Because you almost hamstring these guys. You know, a friend of mine she got in when she was like 20, you know, so she was like a grade 6. Fast forward almost 15 years and she's on a grade 11, you know, so it's like you have opportunity to move up, but the more you move up, the more of a different tax bracket it puts you in, and then the insurance goes up. Then the housing goes up. Then, you know, so it's a sham, man. And I think with the presidential debate, he was also right in the sense that like she has been there for 3.5 fucking years and hasn't done anything. Like you said, she's been hidden. The border, which was a huge topic last night, is absolutely absurd. Did you see this shit where he tried to bring up the pets being eaten?
Yeah.
And they're like, the city manager is saying that there's no credible evidence of that,
bro. Obviously, you follow us on YouTube, social media, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and
all of it.
So I've been digging into this for like the last week. They're eating, bro. Yeah, bro. Like homie black dude was at the public council. Like, yo, y'all sitting up there in suits, but I'm at the park. I'm at the park. These cats are cutting off heads of ducks at the pond. You know what I mean? Like pond, just a little pond over here. Like you walk your kids, there may be a little playground there. Cats like, oh, duck? Geese? Like right at the park. Like people are terrified, like mortified. Like these 2 cats in Nebraska shot a bald eagle. They're like, yo, where'd they get guns? They're saying they could get guns and shit. You know, like in New York, like they say migrants can own guns. It's like, what the fuck you mean they can own guns? Like how, bro? Like you won't let me grab a handgun, but they're good. All right. But that shit was like, everybody was laughing and joking about it, but it's really happening.
It's really happening. And just like the video you posted on our YouTube of what's the name of the gang that took over the
it's TDA gang. It's like TDA.
Yeah, something. It's in Spanish, but something like that. They took over a whole apartment complex. They were ripping people out of their houses, bro, and just the fuck out, or we're gonna kill you. You know?
Yeah. They ran off the property management company.
Now, what's scary about that is that here we are in the United States of America, and there's some Wild West shit happening in Colorado, and not a single soul is like government soul is doing anything about it.
It was crazy. Like the governor's like, it's in your imagination of Colorado, right? The mayor's like, nah, this shit's real. And then like the councilmen are like, this shit's real, but the governor's like, he literally said, it's in your imagination. Right. But these dudes straight took over the apartment complex.
Yeah, and it's happening everywhere. They were just talking about it happening in Denver. They were talking about happening in like Minneapolis.
Yeah. Ohio too. Ohio. Yeah, Ohio.
You better be careful out in Ohio, bro.
Ohio.
Them Ohio boys, they don't fuck around.
They sent 20,000 Haitians to Ohio.
So these are Haitians that are coming out of what's happening in Haiti right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, bro. The town's like, we got to find the town, but the town's like 80,000 people with an influx of 20,000 Haitians. And the Haitians.
You already know what time it is.
Yeah. They're like, oh, Doc. Yeah.
That ain't nothing.
That's their culture.
That's normal. That's normal.
But that's immigration, you know. When you bring these people in, they're not doing nothing wrong in their eyes. They're like, this is what we do back home.
Right, this is life.
Like, you see a chicken, you see a dog, you see a cat, whatever. Like,
we gotta eat.
Yeah, let's eat. And that's the craziness, but that changes our culture. That changes the lay of the land. Like, somebody comes and tries to offer your dog, like, we're not rolling like that.
No, you're gonna get shot.
You're gonna get popped. Yeah,
you're gonna get shot over
my dog because that's how we are here.
And that just creates, like you said, it creates a different layer because now you have these violent gangs of people, right? They try to take your dog, you shoot one of them. Now they're killing your entire family.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that just because they're Haitian. I'm saying because this is, like Trump said it in the shit last night in the presidential debate, is like these countries are giving us the worst of the worst of the worst.
Why wouldn't you?
I agree.
Yeah.
We're not getting the people that actually are like, hey, I want to go have a better life in America. No, they're running out their prisons and saying, yo, get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. Yeah.
Get out of here, bro. Now's the time. You know what I mean? We're going to let you go. Just go north.
Just go north. Yeah.
You know, and even before the migrant crisis here in New York, we've always had, you know, the Home Depots littered with migrants. You know, since the migrant crisis, it's almost doubled or tripled.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in terms of, you go to Central Avenue right now on any day of the week, bro. And it's the weirdest thing because for us, it used to just be different. It used to be Mexicans, right? Yeah. And don't get it fucked up, great people, you know, and they're chill, whatever. But now you have almost like sections of, you got the Mexicans over there, you got the Nicaraguans over here, you got the Venezuelans over here, and there's so many, bro.
Yeah,
it's insane. And like we were doing the work up there at the hotel, that was one of the areas where they were shipping them into.
Shipping them in, yeah.
You know, and it's insane, dude, because when the government, and this is why it bothers me so much, not to go on like a tangent, but it's like the government is the one that's bussing these people in. So they're giving them money. They're giving them cell phones. They're giving them all the feminine products. They're giving them all the fucking baby food. They're giving them everything, right? And then saying, yo, go hit New York. Go see Albany, New York.
See Albany.
You know, or they're not saying go see Martha's Vineyard. No. And that's what was crazy about the Ron DeSantis shit. You know what I mean? Was him just being like, no, I'm fucking sending them to, no, they're going to Martha's Vineyard, bro.
They ship their asses out quick.
You'll see them in the Hamptons. You know,
okay.
That's what, you know, so, but that's, I think, one of the biggest, scariest things that's happening right now is because we can't vet these people.
No.
And one thing about the debate last night is that, you know, there was a bill that Kamala had accused Trump of, like, kill the bill, you know, doing the whole kill the bill thing. And Trump admitted he did it.
Yeah.
But what was crazy to me is like, yo, we have 11 million, allegedly, 11 million undocumented migrants coming into the country. You proposed to put 1,500 more Border Patrol agents on the southern border. 1,500.
Yeah.
11 million, 1,500.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, I don't.
What are you doing?
It doesn't make sense, you know. And it's like, I would have killed the fucking bill too.
Yeah,
like,
because you're looking at salaries, healthcare, like you're just blowing up the department's budget.
Yeah,
and it's like. She really skated on that, man. She didn't.
No, she didn't have to answer for none of it.
She didn't answer for any of that. And I'm like, yo, and like, I really was like, okay, these people are here. Let's rock, like work with some and everything. but they all got their papers. They're at Walmart, bro.
Yep.
So it really is like Walmart's like lobbying, I'm thinking, like lobbying them, Biden administration, like, yo,
cheap
Americans
labor.
don't want to work. Like, we can't do this. Like, we need workers or whatever. So these people come, they fast track their papers. You know, there's like 20, 30 people over by the hotel.
Oh, at least.
Like, most of them work for Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, they got their papers and now they're at Walmart. So it's like, was this just a, you know, replacement type of deal for...
Well, when you look at where the Democratic Party is right now in terms of this migrant crisis, and I'm just putting this together now, but like with Kamala being that state attorney general, bro, that was keeping dudes in prison for work. You know, it's like they were keeping they were keeping dudes and they weren't allowing people to leave prison when they were supposed to, or they would deny them DNA evidence or, you know, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It was illegal. She would keep them there to work, bro, to be on a state labor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense that, you know, that whole Biden administration would be okay with that. You know, it's like, oh, throw Walmart and some of the bigger ones, Target, throw some back end money.
Target. Yeah, I went to Popeyes and Clifton Park. Cats didn't even speak English. I went to like a Wendy's. Cats were speaking Spanish, like on the mic, right? Like trying to figure shit out. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Pull up to the window. They're like, Senor. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, at that
that's
point,
on Central Ave, bro. And I'm like,
that point, I'll just be like, numero.
Yeah,
uno,
cats.
I mean?
Cats
like,
probably got the picture board. Like, okay, burger, cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, for real though.
They took those entry level jobs. Those are high school students that had come in. Trump keeps saying they're taking black jobs or whatever. He has the right concept, but he's just saying it fucking wrong.
He's saying it wrong.
Yeah, he's saying it wrong. Like, it should be anybody. Like, white people take entry level jobs too. So he's just isolating it. He's saying the right thing, but it's wrong.
I hate how they do that shit.
Yeah, it's
like they're if you were ever to be a billionaire, they would be like, oh, Irv's the first black billionaire. And I'm not saying, we obviously know there's black billionaires, but they almost put that fucking cap on it with the race shit. Yeah. It's like, no, dude, he's a billionaire. Yeah. It don't fucking matter what color he is, you know what I mean? But you have to put him in this like this weird dome. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's the weirdest thing, bro. It's racist as fuck. Like, it's crazy, but it is. Instead of everyone, they're taking everyone's jobs. Yeah, it's like Trump almost feels like he has to almost I don't want to say incite because that's a bad word, but it's like almost get the feeling amongst African American communities. He's trying to
let us warn us, like, yo, they're taking your fucking jobs, bro. Right. Like, that's
which is still kind of racist because it's like. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's only black people that work at Walmart.
Yeah,
it's
fucking crazy. Yeah, it's like, oh, we got all shit jobs, bro. Yeah. Like, that's what it's like that identity politics that it tunes people out though, because it tunes people out because you're like, oh, he's on some bullshit, whatever. Like, I don't work those fucking jobs, but like, they're taking American jobs on a whole bottom level.
Sure.
So absolutely. Right, some Americans can only fuck with those jobs. Walmart, Wendy's, McDonald's.
Well, they're also great for people with disabilities. And retirees.
Retirees too.
You know, that are still struggling after getting pensions and shit like that. You know what I mean? So you're right. It's across the board convenience for our system. You know, it's like, okay, kids jumping out of high school, cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? Go get a job at Walmart. All of the little old lady, she's fucking 65. She retired. She worked fucking 35 years. She just don't like being inactive. Yeah. You know, she feels like she's going to sit around and die. You know what I mean? No, she got to go do something. There's a little lady that's super helpful at Walmart. You know what I mean? When I got to get my V-necks unlocked because motherfuckers be stealing them.
Everything's fucking locked up, bro.
That's the
worst. I'm like, what are we doing, bro? Walmart's a prison, bro.
Yeah, no, it really is.
You can't get deodorant.
Yeah.
You can't get shit, bro.
They have a whole checkout station in that deodorant. Like, you're talking about the Hoosick Street jump off? Yeah, bro. The shit, I don't know how Latham is, but like if you go to Hoosick Street, yeah, it's the same. Bro, they had to put a register. I had to pay for my deodorant.
Oh, right there.
Right there.
Oh,
go up to Hoosick Street.
Ain't no walking around with this, homie.
Nope, you're paying for it right here. Almost like you're going to electronics and you got to pay at electronics.
They will not let you.
They weren't let. I was like, bro, I can't.
Yeah, like bro,
I got mad other shit. Yeah. Like, well, that's fine. We'll check you out here
with the one person for like 30 people.
Yep. So, and it's, but this is the state of things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just like, and we're in a weird place where it's like we have really good areas and then we have really bad areas. And then we got really good people and we got really fucking shitty people.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, for people that don't do all that shit, Walmart's a prison, you know? But yeah, getting back to that, that's the state of things. Yeah. So like when we think about inflation, when we think about these crises that are happening, it's how are people supposed to react? You know, what put us in that? What put that? And I'm not saying it's always just some scumbag, but there's gonna be cases where you're gonna see a single mom have to go jack something to get it for her fucking kids.
To get it.
You know what I mean? So it's an unfortunate scenario, and then you have the other side of it. But you can't. The system has to get better. The inflation has to go down. We have to be able to feed our children. We have to be able to live. We have to have. But that was another weird part about like, and I know it kind of applies to government insurance, but it was the idea like when Trump said Kamala was a Marxist and all of that shit. And her dad was a Marxist economist and so on and so forth. But some of her social programs almost remind me of like Bernie Sanders, where it's like socialist shit.
She copped this shit.
You know, like the government insurance. Now we want to have one government insurance program, you know, and then it's like, well, no, we should be able to hit the market and see who's got what. And then you look at like a couple months ago, she was talking about living, like giving everybody like a
25,000.
Yeah,
to purchase a home.
Right. You know, so it's like it's still leaning towards that weird socialist, get on the government assistance.
Give it away.
We want you to just rely on us.
Completely.
You know?
Yeah. And that's that 25,000 to buy the houses is like, sellers are just going to jack up their price 25 grand. Like, oh, it's a government handout. I'm going to raise my price because I know you got 25K, right? So they always try to help, but it always ends up hurting because they don't have a grasp on like the shit on the ground. And then like in California, they were doing 100,000 for migrants to purchase homes. They wouldn't have to. They defeated Newsom. Newsom didn't sign the bill.
Weird.
But they would get, he's trying to run. They would get 100 to 150,000 to purchase a home. But it's like, the average home's like $1 million plus. So what the fuck are they purchasing?
No, don't get it twisted. So so let me understand it properly because you're obviously in the real estate field and shit like that. So like, were they giving them 100,000 to buy a property, or was that like towards? Because I already know how 100K could help anywhere.
Let's call it a down payment.
Right. Oh, okay. So I agree that shouldn't be done.
Yeah.
But in their eyes, I could see where they think they would win them votes.
This is specifically for migrants,
That's what I'm saying, non-Americans.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like people in Watts, Compton, like we've been here, bro. Like,
what about Detroit?
Detroit, Chicago,
Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, like we water's still not fixed, by the way.
Right. And how many years? Google that shit.
Yeah.
How many years has Flint, Michigan been fucked up?
Holy shit.
So, and you're right. This is the type of shit like we need to start addressing the shit that's at home. We're printing money right now, and it ain't even real, bro. One day we're gonna wake up, bro, and the dollar ain't gonna mean shit. Like, it's gonna be useless.
10 years ago.
10 years.
Flint, Michigan
has had a water crisis, bro.
Started in 2014. 10 years already.
That's wild.
But then you're gonna bring all of these people in. You got them in hotels everywhere. You're paying massive amounts of money every single day to house them. Services, attorneys, counselors, healthcare, bank cards, credit cards, fucking social security cards, fast tracked, registered like green cards, visa cards to work. And it's like, we don't have that bread, but their goal is to bring our standard of living down. So they feel like America should be equal to the rest of the world. The world should be balanced.
Right.
We're too rich here.
Sure. We got it too good. We're entitled.
Too good. We're entitled. Like, the goal is this influx is to bring our standard of living down to make us more compatible with the rest of the world. We should not live like this. We should not have.
Do you think it's a, well, it's funny because just to tail off on that, there's that one dude that said that we would own nothing and be happy.
Klaus Schwab.
Right?
Yeah.
So that World Economic Forum.
Yeah. You will own nothing and be happy. So that's the thing, right? So housing, we talked about this before with Vanguard and BlackRock buying all the single family homes, right? So they almost have half of them already across the country, right? So, but they can overpay for shit. Like, your house is $199, we can pay $300,000 for it. Like, so the market goes up, right? So now you're at fucking $300,000, and most people only got $199 because that's what it was. So home ownership is starting to be unattainable, right? So that's housing. So you own nothing and be happy, right? With housing, that's the greatest creator of wealth, is housing and real estate. Right? So
real estate, yeah.
You shut that down, like that market.
Nobody can come up anymore.
You can't. It's hard. Yeah.
You got the ones that already did, but
you gotta get cribs and property now.
Right now.
But even then, no, they can take it from you.
So it was, I swear, and this is why I love doing episodes with you, because I was on that wavelength of you were saying that the houses, there's going to be no ownership anymore.
Yeah.
There's no real ownership now.
There isn't.
And even the dollars in the bank. So I know someone that's going through the process of buying a house right now, my sister. And she was approved for certain programs and a certain dollar amount, right? And it's funny to me because that certain dollar amount, and she's funny because she knows I'm a conspiracy nerd. So, she's like, I don't even want to hear it. And I was like, no, dude, that's a fake dollar amount, right? Like that dollar, that sum of money does not exist anywhere in a bank. So there's no physical money. Like, you can't go count out 300 racks. You know what I mean? No, it's a bunch of digits on a screen.
Yeah.
And then you are paying them that $300K in physical, real money earned by your time. Gosh. And so there's no real ownership to begin with.
No.
So, and then what is it? I've never owned a deed, but you're on government property.
Because you have the property tax, which basically states like, we're letting you use the land.
Right.
Like, we own the land that you're paying your taxes on. So, like, you own your house, but really the bank does. So I discovered that shit, like, I want to say like 4 years ago at the end of working at the land bank, the county real estate program. And like, I've been selling real estate for 14 years now, right? So like, I realized that shit, like, yo, you really don't own this shit. Like, because if you stop paying your taxes, they come take it.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
because there's seniors, for instance, like all around the country, pay their mortgage off, their pension. You know, they might get $1,600 a month. You know what I mean? Like as their pension, their house is paid off, but the values of the houses are raised, and taxes go with house values. So their tax grows, right? So that $1,600 doesn't cut it no more.
Ever.
You can't afford to be home anymore. Because some of your property taxes are 10 grand a year. You know what I mean? You're bringing home 16 grand.
Which is the craziest scam ever, too, because the government just comes, takes your shit, repossesses it. And it's like you're off into the wind, you know, and they own the property anyway that you just bought, that you've been mortgaging or you've been for 30 fucking years.
And then sell it. An investor comes in.
Demos it.
Who has more money already, comes in, works it up, resells it to somebody else, and the cycle continues.
Never ending.
It's just a never ending like loop. So like discovering that shit and then real estate being my shit, it's hard. Like what the fuck? Like mind blown with it.
What a conundrum.
It is, man. It's like, but you got to speak like I feel like commercial is more like you really have some ownership, because now you talk with commercials and stuff.
It's a different level.
Yeah, LLCs and investment funds and stuff like that. So it's like, and you don't really even need a license for commercial because you're a sophisticated buyer, so you should know your shit.
Sure.
So if you get burned, you didn't do your own homework.
Right.
Because it's the big boy game. So like commercial, yes, like residential can be, but the taxes and then the tenants as well. Like you can't kick people out.
Right.
You can only raise your rent like 3% a year.
I went to court the other day, not to cut you off, bro. I went to court like 2 weeks ago and got to witness something like that happen, where a landlord, owner of a property, was trying to get his property back for 8 years. These guys didn't pay no rent. Like they paid initially, you know, whatever. There was no lease signed, and it was like almost like a handshake agreement.
Yeah.
So these motherfuckers stayed there for 8 years, bro. And then when homeboy finally got, this was the day in court I was there, was like he finally got them to serve them to leave. Like, yo, you guys got 30 days, get the fuck out. They poured polyurethane down all of his drains, bro. Like, just did some real, it's crazy, bro.
After getting that full 8 years.
After getting the full 8 years, no pay, no nothing.
There's a lot of stories like that in real estate, too. I mean, it's definitely risky. It's worth it, but it's risky. You could lose your ass.
I've just never seen it in real life. Yeah. Like, you always hear about it. You always hear that story, and then I'm sitting in traffic.
8 years.
Yeah, 8 years, bro.
Damn.
And the dude got caught up in like a Fed investigation for like, he was like cooking meth out there, you know? So like, it was like he was using the spot as a drug house. And then,
so it's like the worst of the worst.
It was like, it was a really bad situation, and homie just was like helpless, couldn't do anything, you know? And then finally, after so long, they went through the process. And
were the tenants kind of fighting it, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So they were like a professional grade tenant.
Yeah, so it was the oddest thing, dude, because like if I had just gotten 8 years rent free, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, all right, dude, you got me, I gotta go. You know, I'm not gonna do all the extra shit, but that's when you know, like, these people feel like they're entitled to something, because it's like, you didn't pay rent at all.
I know, yeah.
Ever. You know, and then you're at court like, no, we need this amount of time. We need this amount of time. Like, bro, you should have 8 years worth of whatever money you were making to be in a better, to make a move.
Yeah.
To make a move.
That's fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
But he's getting ready that, like I said, the dude because I heard it all. I was like, they're like, oh, he got jammed up for, you know, meth and this, that, and the other. I'm like, damn. This is crazy. I'm like, this is some real fucking. This. I was in. Where was I? I was in Post and Kill. So it's the sticks. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that'd make people. He's got patience, man.
Oh, dude.
A lot of people would have
pulled
the guns out.
Was it in Albany that the dude kidnapped the cats? Like, didn't he? Did he
bring them to the cemetery?
I can't remember, bro. It was the funniest.
Maybe it was Troy. Bro.
It was the funniest.
He brought him to the cemetery.
Yeah, it was in our local neighborhood or like our local area. But there was a homeowner that was. It was after COVID. Remember when everybody was squatting after COVID? Like nobody had to pay rent. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Fast forward, homie's trying to get him out. They won't leave. He fucking hog ties them and throws them in the trunk. I think at gunpoint. It might have been at gunpoint.
No, it was some Samuel L. Jackson shit.
And I think he drove him to a cemetery or something like that. And just left him there.
December 2021.
Yeah.
Charges have been dropped against an Albany landlord.
Yeah, you beat it.
Accused of kidnapping his tenants. The Albany County District Attorney's Office confirms that the case against Sean Douglas was dismissed due to lack of victim cooperation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I like
you might
that
not
better,
want to.
though.
Yeah,
I like that better.
Somebody was like, you might not want to go to.
I like that better because it's almost like that tribal street shit where it's like, all right, now we're not playing, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
he was frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
would be too.
He beat it. Yeah, he put them in the trunk, drove them there. Right? And he was like, this is the end of your shit, right?
Yeah.
That's great. Yo, imagine that for a tenant. Like,
I'm just saying, bro, if I just got kidnapped, I'd be like, you know what, dude? You win.
Bro,
probably the next step after that is you're probably going to shoot me. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
he's like, yo, if you're not going by tomorrow morning, like, I'm going to shoot you, right?
Like, I'm done playing.
I'm going to be ghost, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're probably gonna leave shit there too.
It's a trying time, but that's
goes, in Albany. That's dope.
Yeah, that goes with the whole system of how the real estate shit happens. You know, and then now you have like we'll get back to the debate. Like Kamala is just promising money, 25 for everyone.
All of these,
then $100,000s of dollars for migrants. Where is this money coming from? It's fictional. Yeah, they're just printing money. It's going against our national debt. Dude, has the national debt even changed? Going up? Going down?
It's constantly going up.
It's wild.
Yeah, we're paying dough, man.
That was another talking point though about last night too. Was the NATO spending, right? So like for years and years and years, the United States has been paying NATO's way, over in Europe, and coming to their defense. So Trump made them pay up, and Kamala is like just. That was another thing that stuck out to me. Was like NATO's the greatest fighting force in the world, and it just screamed one world government to me.
Yeah,
because I'm like, oh, like you are. It's just. That's what it's not a coalition of countries.
They want a war with Russia.
Bro, they do. Bad.
Which, it's crazy, but they do. Like, I remember, like, Hillary Clinton used to be like, Russia needs to be stopped. I'm like, yo, chill. Like, and I'm like, why are they so confident? Like, they're like, to poke the bear.
Well, it's weird, bro, because to me, like when I'm listening to Kamala talk about it last night, because I knew she was going to go that same route. And to me, it was the weirdest thing because it's like, oh, well, if Russia went, they were trying to get, like, my bad for chopping this up, but they were trying to get Trump to say he wanted Ukraine to win. Like, they were like, do you want Ukraine? It was a blatant question. And his answer was, we just want the war to stop. That's it. We don't give a fuck who wins.
Yeah. It's none of our business.
It's none of our business.
Well, it is now.
It is now. But at the same time, it was the loss of life that was what they were worried about. Kamala instantly says, if Putin wins in Ukraine, what's stopping him from taking the rest of Europe? What does that... It's such like a scary, like, soundbite, I guess you could say, because it's, for me, first of all, Europe is fucking huge. Okay. And Russia is pretty big. We're not going to say it isn't. But at the same time, why in the modern age would Putin really want to conquest shit?
Makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
No sense at all.
It's like, oh, well, if he takes Ukraine, he's going to take Poland now.
He's going to take New York tomorrow.
Right.
Stop, bro.
And then Trump says, well, he's got nuclear weapons, bro. They don't want to talk about it. They just want to. They just want to fucking. They just want to go.
Let's go to war. Yeah,
that's the weirdest.
It's fucked up, bro. Yeah. It's not a.
It's not a game.
No, it's not a game. It's like you could worry about that, right? But if a nuclear war was to happen, there's no need to worry. Like it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I don't want it to happen, but I'm like I can't control these motherfuckers, but like these cats are like, yo, let's have at it. Let's go.
But why do you think they fearmonger? So like I know they need us behind it. You know, they're like, oh, we need to be fuck Russia, fuck Russia, fuck. You know what I mean? Like that's obviously never going to happen with any smart person.
Yeah.
You know, any halfway intelligent person tuned in, you know. But at the same time, it's like they fearmonger to, like, you say that's a big statement to me. Yeah. It's like, oh, he's going to take over Europe. That's, I don't know. To me, it's like those little old ladies and the people that aren't like really paying attention are like, oh man, this dude's going to, this is the next Hitler, bro.
It's not. It's kind of a psyop because you got cats who lived through World War II, sure, they're going to be like, oh, this is what it is. It's like, are we trying to recreate the same shit, like the same patterns, or are we just bound to repeat the same shit? Like, because this is the exact fucking playbook, different pieces. It's like, come on, bro. We study history. Like, you taught us all this shit in school, like something that you did teach us. Like you taught us all these stories. Like if you're learning from history, like why does all of this? It doesn't make sense. Like it's got to be intentional because
I feel like it would be intentional.
You're not. You can't be that stupid. Like
if we go into like how they want to control populations and shit like that, like. Population control, what would be better than a world war? You know, all that loss of life. Look at like the numbers over in Ukraine and Gaza and Palestine, which we're going to get into in a second as well. But they don't ever look and say, you know what, that's a loss of life. But at the same time, for these guys that really are pulling and leveraging the money behind these militaries, are out there at the World Economic Forum talking about we're overpopulated and this has to happen, this has to happen. And, you know, at a certain time, we want to decrease the population by X amount, you know. Or we're getting to, what is it, like a critical area, you know, whatever.
Critical climate control.
You know, that's what better way than to go to war. These guys, you'll never see Kamala on the front lines.
No.
You'll never see fucking Mitch McConnell on the front lines. You'll never see
none
Trump.
Of these cats.
It's going to be your brothers, your sisters, your sons, your daughters, and everyone else. So it's fucked up, man. Now getting to the Gaza and the Palestine thing, I really felt the question. I'm not sure her name, what the moderator was. I'm not sure what her name was. But she had asked a very, very direct question to Kamala and said 9 months ago or something along those lines, you said that Israel had the right to defend themselves, but within a certain realm. You know what I mean? Like not the genocide shit. She was like, 9 months later, 40,000 Palestinians have died. What do you say to, you know? And she immediately went into defending Israel. Like, oh, people were raped and murdered. And
October 7th.
Yeah,
she started with that.
She started.
It was rehearsed.
It was definitely rehearsed. Yeah. And to me, it's like we got to call a spade a spade. You got to call a spade a spade. Yes. Did Hamas orchestrate an attack? Yes, absolutely, attack. But Israel is now punishing the Palestinian people. You know, it's not just Hamas anymore. You are trying to eradicate an entire people, bro.
Well, they're all Hamas.
You know,
there's no separation.
Right. Well, that's to them. Absolutely. Yeah,
you're
sure.
Hamas, bro. You're not one of us.
Do you think they came to the conclusion and it was like, this is a crazy question, but do you think that Israel came to the conclusion that no matter what, they were going to fight back? You know, so you just killed my dad, killed my uncle, killed all my brothers, you killed my mom at the wedding, you shot my dog, you raped my sister.
Nah.
Do you think that Israel was like, no, there's no end to this unless we end it, unless we...
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying, but it's what they do. It's like Old weird. Testament shit, bro. Like,
it really is.
Old Testament be like, yo, roll up to the village, kill all the men and women, circumcise all the men, right. And bring the circumcised parts back to me, to your joints. So like, it's radical, man. It
really is radical.
I'm coming to like this change about the God that was written down for us, right? And this is like a major life shift for me, where it's like these stories and what we're following are causing these issues,
right?
Like, I don't believe my connection with God and the God I know, which is universal, would not operate like that.
Right.
So all of these, and that's every religion.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct in that at some point God was used for a certain control, I would say, One of my favorite things, obviously people know I have a hard time with religion, but one of my favorite alleged historical accounts is the account of Issa, right? And I don't know if you know anything about it, but essentially in the years that the Bible says that Jesus was gone from 30 to 35 or 13 to 30, right? Yeah. I think it was 33 maybe. But either way, homie had left, right? He went to explore the world. This is the story in the book, story in the fucking history books. Mm-hmm. He had traveled to India and was marked down and translated as Issa, right? I think what happened was Jesus had left, went to experience the world, other cultures, other religions, other faiths, and, he did have a real historical account in India, I believe, Tibet, maybe. What's interesting about that is that when he returns, he's strung up on a cross, right? So think about it like this. You leave for 20 years, right? The story changes. The story's kind of morphed now. He comes back and they say, he was like, whoa, I never said I was the son of God, bro.
Yeah.
I never said that.
Yeah, chill
out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't say that. I was preaching a certain love or a certain...
We're all one.
We're all one.
Oh, shit.
So think about it like this, right? He comes back. He doesn't fit the story no more, right? Because in his absence, people were left to write this story, right? So like in 20 years absence, bro, who's there? All the homies are there, but guess what? Now you're this myth. They don't, and we're putting it in a time now. Yeah. Put it in context. This is a time where you go on an adventure, you may not return.
Facts.
So the homies at home are saying, well, wait, hold on a second. We got some followers. We got some people that believe this. We can make this a thing. Jesus comes home. Judas fucking does what he does. And next thing you know, he's crucified by the Roman army, right? That's what it was. I just feel like in those periods of time is when the story got distorted. It wasn't until the 14th century that Jesus was even mystical in any way.
Yeah.
So I think you're right in a lot of ways. The God that we should know is kind of buried or lost to antiquity in a sense, you know?
But I think also too, like, that's dope because you either follow it or you search for a higher.
Yeah.
Like, you transcend that. Like, it makes sense. Like, because I'd be like, why would he just write it for me? Like, here, right. Bro. Here's the keys to life. How about it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you see that, but like, are you gonna try to transcend that shit? Yeah. All of that dogma, all of that shit in the box, like, or are you gonna find me?
Right.
Which
I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are starting to realize, and it kind of goes like along with my ever-changing theory, but is that we are the gods. Like us, our consciousness, our soul, if you might. We are God, you know, and I feel like
the Catholic Church would be like,
I'll string them up.
Heresy, get them out of here tonight, like right now.
Oh yeah, we've been
like, that beer.
We had the soldiers come.
That beer you're drinking, yeah. This is your last drink.
Yeah, no, for real though, you know. And when it really comes down to it, is we've been suppressed in a lot of ways spiritually, right? So there are stories throughout history of mystical things being done by humans. I'm not just talking like telepathy and shit like that, but some real spiritual shit, you know? I feel like over time, Jesus became, and during that period, Jesus became a form of control, right? So somebody saw the bag.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody saw the bag and was like, yo, it's the same thing as the founding fathers. It's like, well, no, wait, hold on a second. Yeah. We could be making this bread. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And what ends up happening now is you have cult-like mentality because humans are subject to that. We're riding. You know what I mean? And now let's get to the point where the church forces it. And we've spoken about this too before, is that you didn't have a choice of whether you believed or not, whether you taught your children or not. So that those times in history are very, very telling that there was a lot of control and someone wanted it. A pope, a king. Anyone.
Country.
Country, you know. So, and what better way to keep people in line than to say, yo, there's this dude that's shining down on you all the time, 1,000% of the time. He's watching you take a shit. You're constantly being judged.
Or constantly. Well, judgment, bro. Judgment.
But that's what I mean. Yeah. So, but does that sound like a God that's like,
no.
You know what I mean? It just don't sound like.
You wake up. It's free.
It don't sound like the creator to me.
We've always been here.
You're right.
Like,
you're right.
Our essence, like what's in us, what makes us. Like,
Stardust,
we've been here from the beginning.
Yeah.
So that's some God shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean is the more we get to it, and I think the more enlightened people, the more enlightened people become now, and especially with the help of psychedelics, because I am a huge advocate. I don't agree with anybody abusing drugs, but I am a huge advocate of doing the work that comes with those substances.
Yeah,
you know, don't use them to party. Use them to figure out who the fuck you are.
Yeah, awaken.
You know. Wake up, start changing your perspective, and then everyone gets to that point. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, we fucking are so much better people, and we know what works and what doesn't work.
Just some shit I wanted to hear on the debate.
Yeah.
Like some real shit. Like,
power corrupts.
Yeah.
And, you know, it corrupts absolutely. So that's why you don't see those guys.
Nah.
Their career... They're not real human beings.
Nah, they might as well be reptilians.
They're characters.
For all we know. I mean,
they're real life like that. That's Trump and Kamala was like watching a stand-up comedy battle or some dumb shit. You know,
Saturday Night Live will do it this weekend. It'll be people will watch and have fun with that.
Sure,
it's like
as they should.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of suffering. Maybe some laughs can't hurt, but like. I mean, these are our leaders. the people that are said they're gonna get shit done for you.
Yeah, and this is who's we look to for this guidance, you know, and it's crazy, bro, because what I saw on that stage last night was fear mongering, people willing to dodge questions, direct answers. Give me a direct answer, bro. You know, and that applies for both of them. But give me a direct answer, bro. Don't fucking get hit with this question, and now we're gonna dance around it over here.
Nah.
And tell me what you want to give me. You didn't answer the question.
Didn't answer the question.
You just told me a bunch of shit you thought I wanted to hear.
Yeah, that fucking sucked.
You know,
because it wasn't even a smart one either. Like usually people are talking about,
bro,
like,
I can't front.
I'm gonna make sure we get to Mars in 2 years. I'm gonna support Elon. So we're a multi-planetary species. Like I'm like, fuck yeah. I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's get busy.
We need energy. Like these old tired fucking ideas, bro. Like, nobody gives a fuck, bro.
We're still talking about.
Let's build, bro. Let's go. Like, let's do shit. Like, let's start the factories up. Let's fucking crank, bro. Like,
why do you think they keep? And I know it's a huge topic for everyone out there, and just for the fact that I am pro-choice, you know what I mean?
Disclaimer.
I'm just saying, they make abortion like this huge thing. I think it's fairly simple.
Yeah.
Human beings get to decide what happens to their fucking body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and as much as I feel like that 9-month, 8-month abortion shit is kind of far-fetched, there are crazy fucking individuals out there that will totally fucking abort a kid at 8 months.
Facts. Underground. Like, bring them in. Like, maybe you could go to Ohio with the Haitians and get some shit. You know what I mean? Like, butchered. Like, so yes, that is. But that's extreme too, though. You know
it's super extreme.
Like, and it's like, I mean, we've been talking about this shit for 52 years.
I know, right?
That's what's up. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, bro, come on. Like, every year we can't have the same damn conversations.
Same conversation every election.
Every election. It's so fucking whack. It's like in fucking high school when they had the elections and shit. Everybody was like, we're going to do Domino's Pizza on Fridays, like, if you elect me. And I'm like, it's similar, bro. It's like these cats who ran for office in high school are like the same cats that are.
And it's the same character.
Yes.
Like, they have the same character. Nobody's ever grown. Everybody, you know, it's the craziest thing. And that was like, so how do you feel about him taking Roe versus Wade out of the feds and putting it back to the states?
I think it opens it up.
So I'll tell you,
the people.
I agree.
It sucks. Like, if you're, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to make a difference. It's going to make it difficult. Yes. Oh, somebody's flies. You got to fly on the plane next to people.
Yeah. Strangers.
Yeah. Strangers.
Strangers.
I was like, oh, okay. That's what's up. But like you're talking about people's bodies, right? So sending it to the people.
I kind of agreed with it. Although the extremities of Roe versus Wade, you know what I mean? Like it's an important topic, but I do feel like I've always been a proponent of letting the people decide.
Yes.
Like, take that shit. Anything we can take away from the federal government, we should. You know, and then that's when the states are deciding, okay, well, New York has this policy, Texas has this policy. You know, you can't really hold each state to the same views.
Yeah. No, you know? You're not going to want to. You're not going to want to. I mean, there's no way you can anyway. But it's like, okay, so now the people have it. So now you're in your state, you start working, you know? Like, if your state's like a no right now, you're connecting with people, and if you're that passionate about it, right? You're starting to build movements. Like, I got to get people, I got to support politicians who's going to change this for me. Like, that's how this shit's supposed to work. Like, you're supposed to put in work to get things changed. You know, you gotta.
Yeah, people got to be involved.
Like,
you got to be involved.
Now that it's in states, like, people, if the federal gov, there's no need to be involved. But I mean, it's tough, bro. It's something.
It's hard to please everyone.
Yeah,
you know, and I think it's kind of two-sided, where it's like, okay, yeah, all right, that's cool. You know, we can have all of this discourse, but at the same time, it's a fucking shot in the foot, because we have so much chaos attached to that discourse, you know, and huge topics like abortion, bro, they rode that shit so hard because they know, like, they have to, I don't know, it's the weirdest thing, bro. They have to ride the train, you know what I mean? Like,
no, man, I was like, as a kid in Brooklyn, like, we were like, family lived in projects. We had a house, but like my family, where we would spend
the fam,
time at, like, in the projects, like 5, 6, 7 years old, like, abortion is like, it's everywhere. It's like why should 6, 7-year-old be like, oh, she got an abortion. She got an abortion. Like, she got an abortion.
It's
like,
too open.
It's like, it was like a culture, like, and I could remember, like, families being like disappointed, like, she's knocked up.
No, listen,
like,
it was a real. I'm not saying it isn't now, but like, there is a big issue. It happens, bro. We're all young at some point. Shit fucking happens. Young girl gets pregnant, you know what I mean? Has no idea what to do. Her family shuns her. She does this, she does that. It's such a shitty situation to be in, you know? And that's when it is up to that person. You know what I mean? I feel like the father should have some input as well.
Yeah.
Just obviously there was 2 to tango. You know, but I think that's when, you know, it's up to them to do what they decide. You know,
some don't think the dad should be involved. I agree. I would agree. With that.
I feel like ultimately it's the women's body.
Yeah.
And she is the god of herself.
She's gonna do what she wants.
She's gonna do what the fuck she wants, and as she should. I feel like just a little conversation. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not saying you got to be like, oh, dude, the fucking dad's got a 50-50 shot at it. No, I'm just saying.
I'm going to make you carry that shit.
As human beings, take away a relationship, take away anything like that. As human beings, just, you know, make a choice together. You know, it's
fuck around. We just, it's simple as respawning in a video game. And like, we're like, oh God.
Yeah.
It's like, reset, send them back, come back. Like, it's not.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of those cases too, where there's just like so many abortions, you know. It's like one chick having 8 abortions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
a lot.
But these are all the complexity of that topic, you know. And I just felt like Kamala kind of just like, even though Trump had admitted he'd changed his stance, like the 6-week ban or whatever it was, you know, and he blatantly said it to begin with, was like, accept the exceptions. Since Ronald Reagan agreed.
Ronald Reagan rolled with this.
You know, and so he immediately agreed to it first, and she just went in. She was like, you know, it was almost like a spectacle, you know, it's like showing up in the back seat of the car and bleeding out in the parking lot. And I get it; those are very real situations.
Those are real,
no question.
So are cats,
but
being eaten.
Yeah, right.
Well, neither here nor there.
But that's the thing, man. Is like it's a fucking show. It's a sham. It's a fraud.
Yeah, it's like,
it's fraudulent.
billions and billions and billions. I'm like, you really got that shit in. I'm hype. I just say that shit for no reason.
Billions.
Random places. Billions.
I just love how what he does is it's just, again, it's just comical to me. And it's like, there's people, they're great people, excellent people. It's like, you know,
it's like a mob boss, bro. That's what I would.
Well, do you see all this shit going around too? Because like, oh, there goes my keys. Sammy the Bull Gravano has been doing like a ton of fucking interviews and shit, podcasts, and a lot of them were like, "Yo, have you ever gotten to Trump?" And he was like, "No, dude. He's like one of the very few people we couldn't get." And he was like, his brother was in the FBI, and you know, it was like, he's like, I tried to approach him once, and Trump fucking deaded him. You know, I was like, nah,
because Trump has the fucking time machine, bro.
Right, and Sammy the Bull, for anybody, he was a mob hitman for the Gambino crime family, and you know, he was trying to put the pressure, put the squeeze on him. You know, and he was just too big in New York. You know.
Yeah, you either love him or hate him.
Right.
You know? It's like, it is what it is, man. Our choices aren't, you know.
What does it say for us?
Yeah.
The fuck does it say for us, bro? It's like, this is embarrassing. These are our options. I will give it to Trump. He scooped up my homegirl, Tulsi.
Tulsi did, yeah.
You know, that was a good move.
She scoops up Dick Cheney.
Did she?
Yeah.
No way.
Dick Cheney endorsed her.
Shut up.
Yeah, he's like,
oh, okay. Because I know Liz and Dick were riding. Liz and Dick.
Cats killed him, bro. Like, yo, bro, you just said he was a war criminal all these years. Like, you did this, that. Now you're like, oh.
Yeah, but he passed, right? McCain? Or is he still alive?
McCain's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, he passed.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what the fuck? But no.
I thought Cheney, like, on some Mandela shit, I thought he died, bro.
Yeah, I almost feel like Cheney died too.
But he's alive, bro.
Yeah,
I know.
It's weird too because I know Liz just made a statement endorsing Kamala or some shit.
Yeah, she did. But she hates Trump.
Right. So it's weird. No, but I do feel like Trump made some good moves with that Tulsi shit and then the RFK shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, and if let's just chat about this. If he installs fucking RFK as the head of the CIA, I will fucking blow my top.
That's a deal.
Like,
if you make a deal,
you know,
it needs to be cleaned up.
Well, I think that was part of it.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? He said he'd give him a spot in the administration, you know, CDC or something, you know, like.
Was that before or after this assassination attempt?
This was after, because before RFK was still running until after.
He was still running. Okay.
And then just a couple weeks ago, I think it was maybe about a month ago, a couple weeks definitely. He down in Arizona, RFK endorsed Trump. And then, you know, but it's just going to be hilarious because it's like, if he wins, bro, and he goes and cleans house at the CIA, shut up. All the JFK files are coming out. Everything's oh my God, I hope so.
Trump said he would release them.
What do you think's in there that they won't?
Names and...
I think it's government involved.
Yeah.
You know, like the government.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
It's obvious now, yeah.
Yeah, if you like people dig into that, it's but Trump just said he would in UFO files.
Nice.
He did.
So such a lull lately, dude. Although we got our fucking copies.
Yeah, check it out, bitches.
Yeah, the Lou Elizondo
books, bro.
Yeah,
imminent.
I'm pumped to read it. I heard there's some good shit in there.
Lou, we're putting the advertisement on the YouTube, bro.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. No, is there such a lull lately?
Yeah,
like in like news. What was that? Oh shit. Okay then, but anyways, you just sent me there was an article about the drones that they were firing on drones.
The Navy. Yeah, the Navy vessel.
It was like something like drones that were cruising at like 45 miles an hour. What do you think happened there?
Coming from 100 miles away.
Tic Tac UFOs, no less.
Yeah,
right?
Tic Tac
drones.
Yeah.
So now, why do you think they said drones and not UFOs?
They play games with it.
Like coy, right? They kind of play coy.
You take that step forward, like UAPs, and then you come back to drones because they're like, oh, they could be sophisticated drones. It's like you could be rolling it out slowly too, like tech wise.
I think that's probably part of it.
Yeah,
this is like who better to try it on than your own people?
You reversed engineer some shit. Stop playing.
Well, what's weird to me about that situation is like at first they were saying that they weren't firing on them, and then they were being straight harassed for like a week or something.
We're lighting shit up, bro.
Yeah.
There's no fucking. You're lighting shit up.
You can imagine
just letting it come around your fucking boat.
What do you think it feels like when you're on a military vessel, right? You're that seaman on the Navy ship, and you go to load this fucking cannon, and you fire this thing at this thing, and it just nothing happens. And what do you think that feeling's like? It's like, oh my God.
Like, yo, let's leave them alone, bro.
I'm like, yo, I want to go home.
Yeah, you see what these shits do, bro?
Yeah, I want to go home, bro. Can I go home?
Can I go home? I know. The drone shit was kind of whack.
It's got to be like a helpless feeling.
Did they discuss that last night?
No, they didn't get into any of the UFO
That's what
stuff.
I mean. Like, we got if you're gonna bullshit me, like let's just get to the chase on some topics we enjoy.
No, for real.
Please.
Can we keep it right? Can everybody have a say? Like, can we get some?
Yeah, bro. Like,
yeah, it's tough, man, because I've always said it. I feel like these politicians are really just riding a train. You're a career politician. I feel like some care more than others, but I feel like ultimately these are a bunch of people that have moved up in their careers by doing fuck shit.
Making money
for the right people.
Money now.
You know, and that was another curious thing, which was surprised didn't really Kamala didn't really hit back on, was like when Trump was saying that Biden had received money from the mayor of Moscow's wife, like 3.5 million. You think that's accurate? Like that has got to be I don't want to say it's got to be if he's saying it, but
yeah,
there's got to be some sort of weight to it.
Was that the Hunter Biden stuff, or?
So all he said is that the Bidens had received 3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife. And then also that they were like, obviously, then he mentioned Hunter and the Chinese and all this other stuff. And then you put it together and you say, oh, whoa, the Chinese are building fucking car plants down in fucking Mexico. We're going to put tariffs on them.
Oh, they are building down there?
That's what he said.
Oh, shit.
He said that.
On the border.
Yeah, he said that they're building giant plants, bro, to build cars and then trying to send them into the United States. So what's ended up happening is like, he's like, no, we're going to put tariffs on them so they can't, or we're going to make money on it.
Or we're going to make, yeah. Because he stopped Ford and wherever, what's the other one, Chevy, from going to Mexico temporarily. And they're like, we'll wait it out.
Sure.
They're like, all right, we got you.
Yeah, for sure.
When you're out, we're going.
Yeah. And then there's also shit going on over in North Korea. There's like, it's wild, bro.
Kim's got the bombs.
Yeah, allegedly.
He says he does.
He was just saying something.
Shit.
It's constantly. I would too, though. I'd be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Trump go there, right? He went there?
So I don't know about he went there. No, he might have. I think they met at the demilitarized zone. If I'm correct, the DMZ.
At the DMZ? Okay, probably. I would say the DMZ.
It would have to happen there. Where Trump ain't going.
Demilitarized zone.
I don't think he would ever go to North Korea. But Kamala was complaining about him sharing love letters.
He went to North Korea.
Damn. Like where?
Says that
like fucking
Donald Trump became the first sitting American president to step into North Korea, meeting with Kim Jong-un at the heavily fortified demilitarized zone. Yeah, we hit it. Yeah, bang. We know our shit.
Yeah, fucking A. Hit that subscribe button.
I know. Bing.
Well, that's what's crazy about that shit is like another sticking point of that debate last night was the world is on fire.
This.
Right? And how do you personally feel? Do you feel like these countries were really afraid of Trump and that they didn't, all of this shit happened because they saw the weakness in Biden? Like, me personally, as someone who's read shit like The Art of War or the, you know, whatever, that's when you do it. You see the weakness. Yeah. You say, okay, well, wait, hold on a second here. You know, Ukraine and Burisma just sent me $3.5 million or whatever. There was a lot more than that. But, yeah, we got to fund Ukraine. We got to fight Ukraine's war.
We got to do it.
We have to do it.
Plus, you got.
So do you think that they, you know, do you think they were really afraid of Trump, or do you think it was Biden's weakness that?
No, it's just deals, man. It's just whatever deal you want to work on. Like Trump had signed the peace agreement in Israel. I'm good, bro. In Israel, I mean that was a big deal. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's a wild card, so I mean, will he bomb you? Will he not? You know what I mean?
Trump?
Yeah. If you're another country, I had a country.
I feel like there maybe there's a lack of respect. You know, I think maybe they respected Trump in the manner that you're saying. Like he's, you know, this dude's a bulldog. You know, he's go ahead. Like I have to fucking mention this, and it is the most gangster shit ever. When he sent the fucking Taliban's leader a picture of his house. And the dude said, why are you sending me a picture of my house? And he's like, well, you're going to have to figure it out. Keep shooting our guys. That's some mob shit.
Yeah.
That's some mob shit. Like, yo, okay, no, well, look, we got a picture of your kids. So you want to keep fucking around? Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and the dude stopped.
You get a shot.
Yeah, we're going to blow your shit up, dude.
That's how you have to be over there. They're not, you can't be over there. Like, they're like, fuck you. You're dead, bro.
Yeah,
like,
so you want to live
hardcore,
right?
Like Saddam, like country went to shit once he was removed because he's like, yo, I can't fuck around with these guys.
Yeah,
they'll come for my head. They'll kill my daughters, rape my daughters, and everything. I gotta have a hard fist.
Dude, they shoved a bayonet up his ass. Remember that shit back then? Like they shoved a bayonet up homeboy's ass. Like
he was on 2020, bro. I knew he didn't have weapons. He went on 2020.
Saddam?
Yeah. I don't know if it was Barbara Walters, but I was like, he ain't do shit, bro.
Well, there was a lot of money behind it too, though, because the first Bush administration, and I might have the details of this a little fucked up because I haven't researched it in a while, but the Bush administration had given Saddam money. Like, they were like helping him fight fucking whoever in
Iran.
Whoever, you know. So then Saddam owes all this money. Daddy Bush never collected, you know. And then next thing you know, son Bush runs up in Iraq, gets rid of Saddam. So it's almost like mercenary shit.
It's almost back to 9/11.
It's almost like mercenary shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Really is. The guns, like, it's wild, man. Like, I don't know. Is there dimensions? Can we change it? You know, just questions like, what are we doing?
I feel like it all starts with more of us caring. You got to care, you know, because they're so good at jamming us up with the rat race.
Yeah.
That a lot of people just don't have the energy, bro. That's where they break you down on your will.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I heard so many people say, bro, I don't even care anymore. You know, I had people like, and again, we were both watching it because we know what time it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is good talk.
Do this.
You know, this is good talk.
Do a recap.
But at the same time, like, most people laughed at me. Like, bro, you really going to watch that shit? And I was like, well, yeah, because to me, I get to listen to all the horse shit, and now we get to talk about it.
We got a show to do, man.
We got a
show prep, yeah.
And, but at the same time, a lot of people didn't care.
No.
They don't care, bro. They don't want, if they have time right? To not have like shit to do with the kids, the fam, the job, the everything else.
Oh, it's so crazy.
If they have the time, bro, most people want to sit down on their PlayStation or their fucking, or you know, like,
nah, just hop on. Like,
yo, let me drone out for fucking. Can I just get away for an hour? We're coming back from a quick break, but I definitely, our 50th episode is coming up, so we want to do something special.
50. It's
a lot of episodes, and we left up all of our shitty ones so people can see exactly what we've been trying to do here. We're getting better. We're having a lot more fun, man. And obviously the world just never fucking stops giving us shit crazy to talk about. So
I don't even talk about our shit, like, because to like my spare people, like I don't even care. Which is dope because it's like we can just go freely. I don't gotta talk and explain shit. Like they'll find us one day and be like, yo, what the fuck? Like but to have this many episodes, like obviously I'm not on all of them, but we've been rocking since day one. And
literally, bro.
I'll be looking at some of the old shits. Like,
well, it's really honestly fitting, dude. You know that it comes full circle that you're like a full time fucking partner in this podcast because you were there in the very fucking beginning, and you and I just have been doing this off camera, for fucking forever. So,
Ed calls me and he's like, "I'm not gonna say much. We're going to save it for the pod because I don't want to talk about all this shit right now." You know what I mean? Like, we want to talk to each other. Well, it's how we talk. It
flows, bro. And again, you just said it. You don't have to explain it. It's like, I already done seen it. Now we can have discourse. We can really say what we want to say about it because we don't have to be like, all right, well, yo, man, did you hear about this? No. Oh, okay, you didn't hear about this? All right, so I got to tell you about this that led up to this. You know what I mean? And all right, so now you're here. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't like that, man.
Yo, it's crazy, too, because we hit different topics, different shit. Like, I feel like I be missing mad shit, too, because so much shit happened. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you're out there doing your shit, and then when we come back together, it's like a full puzzle, which is dope.
No, it's really cool, bro, because like you'll send me shit and I'll be like, what the fuck? I didn't see that. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, cool. We're both out here getting different perspectives and shit like that. And it's dope. And I think for number 50, we'll do something fun. And hopefully we can grab a dope guest and celebrate 50 episodes, you know, because we're on our way. 50's a lot. It's a lot of episodes. I can't tell everybody how many episodes we've done that something was jacked up about it, whether it be the audio, the video, the sound. It was fun getting here.
Man. I remember how you were figuring out editing and shit, like sound editing, your sound editing be fucked up, video be good.
Bro.
Then you try to alter it. So just getting good at it. And it's wild because like we got better at something without really, it wasn't like we were trying, we were just doing, like it's a natural thing, which is how it's supposed to be. That's
how it's supposed to be.
No pressure, oh, I gotta whatever, like
we got no standards set, bro. We're gonna sit here, we're gonna talk about our things and with the people that want to watch and listen, and hopefully we can help people understand what's going on out here. And we're not always gonna understand it, but we'll try, and we'll make that shit happen. And a big part of this always has been natural, like I don't want anyone to feel, like I said to John Murray, I was like, no, bro, don't be intimidated. There's mics in front of our face, and you've seen it with people. Some people get in front of the mic and just get weird. And so it's cool because I want everybody to feel comfy, and everybody asks me when I try to get them on, they're like, dude, what topic are we talking about? I was like, bro, can you just come on and talk to me as my friend, dude? Just come fucking talk to me, bro. You already know what time it is. Like, I'm not giving you a topic. If you really want to do a topic, we can do a topic. Anybody wants us to do a JFK, a fucking something conspiracy based, drop it in the comments, and we'll do that shit. But other than that, we're going to have fun. We're going to talk about what's going on in the world. We're going to talk about how it affects us. And,
nothing's personal, you know what I mean? Like,
no.
There's no ill intent, like shit we talk about. Like, don't get butthurt about our opinions. They vary. They may change.
I have a feeling, bro, that the people that fuck with us, you know what I mean? They understand. We don't have to. We ain't even got to explain that. Everybody else can swipe left. You know what I mean? Like, but it's cool, man, and I'm glad we got to do this episode. Hopefully we broke down some of the 2024 presidential debate. As it comes out, we'll see what happens.
55 days to election day.
Damn. Okay.
There you go.
Cool. Well, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Big news coming up. We have the turkey and the toy drive coming up for anybody listening and wants to support to donate a turkey. We don't have donors yet of who we're going to donate to, but we're looking. So that way we can partner with someone to help get closer to the community. This is the 3rd annual turkey drive, and I believe the 4th or 5th toy drive. So I'll have to look.
I would say 5th.
It's got to be the 5th, I believe. But we crush it every year, and it touches a lot of families in the community. And make sure you guys can help us out. You got anything for them?
All right, man. That's it. Thanks for tuning in.
Right. Hit that subscribe button. Check us out. We'll catch you guys later. Keep your head on a fucking swivel out there.
Peace.